I mean, to get that start, but also for it to go that well for the defense as a whole.
It meant the world to me. It's been really difficult. I mentioned this to the defense last night. It's been really difficult this whole week for me not to really kind of reflect on, the whole journey and kind of just keep it about the team, keep it about the defense, because it was a huge moment for me. And so to be able to come out the other side with a huge win on Monday night and finally be able to reflect on, like you said, how long it's been and what I had to go through to get here, it's just I'm grateful more than I could ever explain.
To kind of follow up on that, I asked you earlier this week how you felt about your last performance. You said there were a lot of things you wanted to fix and clean up. What did you think about this performance?
I'll probably say the same thing to you. Like I really got to tackle better. That's my biggest thing. That was the same thing last week, and I'm going to continue to try to do that as long as I'm out there. I just got to be a better tackler for this defense. Honestly, if I'm going to be in the middle, I got to be a sure tackler. But my biggest thing this week going in was making sure that communication was on point and making sure that everybody had trust in me getting them lined up. And I feel like that's where we were at. I felt like we were on it the whole time. And
Shanahan gave you guys credit as early as halftime for keeping you guys in it. Mm-hmm. So how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel great. That's the standard, though. That's how the team works. If the offense isn't firing the way they need to, they can lean on us, and vice versa. We know that we have their trust. If we're not firing the way we need to, we can lean on them. And so today, it felt good to be able to be that for the team.
Mm-hmm. Curtis, how has this group shaped the new identity without putting it?
I think really the next man up mentality has been huge this year, and I commend everyone who's had to step into a starting role or even a backup rotating role, because it's not an easy thing to do. When you lose your two biggest leaders on this team, or on this defense, it's not an easy thing to do, to go out week in and week out and really perform. And like I said, we have players at every level who have stepped up, not only on the field but in leadership roles, and really helped us get to the point where we're at.
So you guys had your last home game. It was a tough one against the Rams. How big is it for you guys to bounce back and have a home win?
It's huge. I mean, you guys see the momentum in that stadium, and our fans are some of the best in the league, if not the best. And to be able to do that on prime time after the way that we came out last time was huge for us.
And you guys feel like already your playoffs are already here, given the way that the standings are in the West?
I won't speak too much on that. We got a big game coming up next week, and I think that's where our focus is. But obviously we're looking forward to potentially getting to that point for sure.
Yeah. So you had a career night, 2 picks. Is that a testament to what you're talking about, that mentality? You had to move to big nickel, adapt to that role. Now he's back at safety. Like the flexibility there, what was expected?
Yeah, I commend Tig. He didn't have his ideal start to the season, like you said. He was moving around, and he just kept his head down, kept quiet, kept working, and let the play speak. And so for him to be able to do that on national television on Monday night, and in a moment where we really needed him, the team, not even just the defense, the team needed that. And when you can get 2 turnovers in a game like that, it's especially in the red zone, that was one of the bigger plays we've had this year, especially in the moment in the game that it came. I can't speak highly enough about Tig and how he performed.
Robert Saleh has said that with the age of the inexperience of this defense, he expects it to get better and better as the season progresses. Are you guys starting to recognize that now as you guys have played together and some of these young players are getting more experience in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, for a young player, experience is the best thing that you can get to improve, and then also just to be able to recognize certain things. We have guys like Upton Stout, Malik's in his second year, and we have so many guys who are really coming into their own, and they just feel more comfortable out there, and you can kind of see it in the way that they're playing. They're identifying things faster, and even within the scheme, they're more comfortable. They're not thinking as much on the field, so they're able to play faster. And I think even from a camaraderie standpoint, everyone's coming together as the season goes. And Kyle kind of mentions it to us every year. The more that you go through as a team, and for us as a defense, the closer you get, and the more trust that you build within each other. So for that group, I think that's where we're at right now.